Hey yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Thank you for coming back and joining me for another vocal effects tutorial. Today we're gonna be doing Juicewrld's Bandit, one of my favorite songs right now. I did a cover to it that I think was pretty fire. If I have to say so myself, but you know, I'm gonna let you be the judge of that. And today we're gonna take you through all the steps that I did, capture that Juicewrld sound. I'm gonna take you through it right now. Before we get into that, take a second, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. I want to thank everybody on the channel that's been recently showing love and, you know, just liking and commenting and, you know, just pushing my videos out there. Just take a second, hit the like. It really helps. It goes a long way. Helps YouTube pick my videos up and show it to more people. So go ahead and leave a like. And let's get into the video. This is the finished product. Let's go.
She a savage. Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the Molly, I feel savage. Yeah, she the definition of a bad bitch. Though, I'm the definition of a bandit. Yeah, she don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the Molly, I feel savage. Yeah, she the definition of a bad bitch. Though, I'm the definition of a bandit. I got a broken heart, I live so damaged. I gotta live this life, nothing was handed. This is what it feels like, I can't stand it.
That right there was a little snippet of the full track. Of course, the track is always gonna be in the description of my SoundCloud. If you aren't following my SoundCloud, go ahead and follow my SoundCloud. I got a bunch of whole content on there. Let's get right into the mix. So when I was recording, of course, I have a Fruity limiter on here just to make sure I cancel out all the low end as soon as the vocals coming through. Whatever low rumble is going on when I'm recording, whatever ambiance is in the room, it cuts all of those frequencies out. I have the threshold at like -40 dB, -43. I have the gain all the way down. I have auto-tune here. I didn't have the auto-tune too high. I had it at 23 to get that effect. Humanizer all the way up. If you want to sound less robotic, you definitely want to have that humanizer all the way up. Tracking, I put it on relax to get that glistening effect that a lot of the artists now have. And I have a vocal writer, which just when I'm recording into it, it just makes sure it doesn't peak and it doesn't distort. That's all that's for. So let's get into actual mix. On the actual mix, I have a Fruity Parametric 2 EQ on here. I'm cutting about 140 hertz, all the low end.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the...
Let me mute all of these so we can build on them. I leave the reverb and the delays on.
Yeah.
All I did here was a frequency sweep. I was looking for all the bad frequencies and I just lowered them. So let's.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage.
This is a boxy, more
when
boxy.
I'm on the Molly,
this was a more boxy tone, so I just brought that down a couple dBs, and I did that across the spectrum. So I'll just show you really quick.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah.
I brought that down.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the Molly,
I brought that down. That was a little it was too present in the mix, so I just brought that down, and I just did that across the spectrum. This is one of my favorite EQs. It's a SSL channel, and it just adds characteristics and like tonality to your vocal, and that's what you're looking for when you're mixing and engineering. So I just cut out the low end, 78 hertz. I boosted the 6K range about 3 dB. I boosted the 3.7 kilohertz range about 2.5 dB. The 800 kilohertz range, I just reduced it about 3.2, and I left the low end alone. And this is before and after. This is with it on.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the Molly, I feel savage. Yeah, she the definition of a bad bitch. Though, I'm the definition.
And all it really does is cleans up the vocals, opens it up a little bit more, adds a little top end to make it more clear, make it stand out a little more. And that's what we're looking for when we're EQing. This is La Petite. It's a free plugin. It's only 4 knobs, very simple plugin. This plugin is great for harmonic distortion. It adds characteristics and it adds flavor to the vocal, and that's what we're looking for. So I raised it about 1 dB.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the Molly, I feel savage. Yeah, she the definition.
It just adds to the top end, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Next, moving right along, next we have the LA76, one of my favorite plugins.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. When I'm on the...
It's reducing about 6 dBs. I have the input at 33, the output at 21. I have the attack relatively fast, the release about 5, and it just gives it that nice compressed sound that we're looking for.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage.
Raises the volume just slightly. I don't do too much compression on right away because I stack my compressions with different plugins. Next, I have a De-Esser on here.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage.
It's catching all the S's and the T's and all the harshness that's going on. And that's exactly what you want to grab, because you don't want the T's and the S's to pop in your ear. This De-Esser just helps catch that, you know?
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage.
I have a C6, one of my favorite plugins. It's a multi-band compression. You can compress the different frequency ranges, and this plugin just adds so much characteristics. It just adds so much tonality. It just adds so much flavor to your vocal. One of my favorite plugins to add to any vocal.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. When I'm on the Molly, I feel savage.
So I just compressed the mid-range. I compressed the mid-range to about -27. So as soon as it hits -27, it starts to compress. The mid-highs, I compressed it to 27 also, and the high end, I compressed it to 27. This plugin just really helps with the compression and compressing the different frequency ranges and getting different tonalities, compressing it in different ways. This plugin is great for that. Next, I have the Renaissance AXX, and this plugin is great for raising the volume while still keeping that that tightness, still adding characteristics, still, you know, adding that flavor to the mix that we're looking for. So this is it with it on. Really quick, this is very simple to use. You have a threshold. You bring the threshold down where you want it to engage, the attack, how fast you want it to engage, and the gain to either reduce it or raise it. Very simple plugin to use. Awesome for adding characteristics for your vocal. And just to tighten everything up, I added an RVox, another great compression plugin. This one is also very simple to use. Where you want it to engage, how much compression you want, and then reduce with the gain. As you can see in my mix, I have a lot of EQs and compression, because that's what adds, you know, the flavor. That's what adds the clearness, the crispiness in your vocals when you're recording. This is what you're looking for. All of the techniques and all of the stuff that I'm gonna teach you, I want you to really get that grasp and understand that if you can get your EQ and your compression straight, you can really compete with all of the big boys that are in this league. And if you want to sound like Drake, and if you want to sound like Juicewrld, and if you want to sound like all these artists, you have to be competing with them. You have to be showing them like, yo, I'm about my shit. I know how to engineer. I know how to mix. I know how to get this right. I know how to get that right. I'm really taking you through the process and really showing you guys step by step on what to do, how to do it, how to get better, all of the above, you know. And these last two sends is a delay and a reverb send. I have a reverb send, Fruity Reverb. Actually, I have one long reverb, and I have a short reverb. I have the mini reverb here, just a plate reverb. That was just to taste, very simple. And I have a longer reverb here for a more high-tail reverb. I'm just gonna play for you with the effects on and off so you can have an idea on how it sits in the mix, how it sounds with and without the effects, which is very important, getting that Juicewrld sound. So let's do it.
Yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the Molly, I feel savage. Yeah, she the definition of a bad bitch. Stole her. I'm the definition of a bandit.
With that off?
Yeah, she don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the Molly, I feel savage. Yeah, she the definition.
You hear the difference? It sounds boxy. It sounds muffled. It's not clear. It's not open. It's not wide. And with the effects on,
yeah, I don't need no Molly to be savage. Yeah, when I'm on the Molly, I feel.
It's up front. It's clear. The reverb is there. The delay is there, and that's what you're looking for when you're creating these mixes and engineering yourself. You want to really listen and see how it sounds, where it fits, what's it doing, and this is the process that I do when I'm recording and trying to make a remix or make a cover or make a whatever to any song. So that right there is how to achieve the Juicewrld vocal effects sound in FL Studio. If you enjoyed the video, please take a second, hit the like, hit the subscribe, show love, leave a comment in the section below. Who should I really do next? What artist should I do? I mean, I feel like I can do any artist. Like, don't at me, but I might be the best on YouTube. I'm just saying, like, you can take that for what it is, you feel me? I might be the best on YouTube. Go look at my SoundCloud. I got a whole bunch of remixes and a whole bunch of covers on there. Anyways, if you made it this far, I want to thank you for showing love, for supporting the channel again. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Eli Amari, out!